I have had such a good day and I'm really annoyed at myself because I didn't take my GoPro out today and it has been just the most fantastic weather. I only have a couple of phone clips, but that'll just have to do. Also, I look awful because it's like midnight and the light is terrible and I'm down in this massive echoey room, but we'll just have to deal with those things too. The last 2 days have been so difficult. I've actually played my free cards, so you've only seen one day of them, so now I'm kind of recording this and it's going to go up tomorrow. So until today, skiing had been a nightmare. I've had really uncomfortable legs and we've only been basically going on pistes that haven't been piste bashed, which means since there's been loads of snow that they're just massive clumps everywhere. And if it's a red slope, which is a harder one, it's like that steep and it's just lumps and lumps, and you can't do the fun bit of skiing, which is darting down fast and weaving, because if you did that you would completely lose control because you would hit one of these massive lumps. So you have to jump around these moguls really slowly and hit hard on the side to stop yourself because it's still steep enough for you to gain quite a bit of speed. And it is just death for legs. And especially yesterday, the visibility was so bad. It was overcast all day, it was pretty foggy, which meant that you couldn't even see the lumps you're trying to avoid. It's really bummed me out. It's made me think, do I actually enjoy the skiing? Is it worth all this effort? And I've been forcing myself just to continue because I'm with a big group and I don't want to ruin anybody else's experience. It's been so tiresome. Until today. Today we went to a similar area we went to yesterday, but it has been fantastic weather and most of the pistes we've been on have been nice. I cannot express how good it felt to just like race down this beautiful, open, clean piste and not have to worry for my life or my legs. It's been beautiful. It has reminded me how much I love skiing. Apart from one of the most painful experiences I've had in a long time. We had a coffee break around 11 a.m. and I undid my boots and pulled them out a bit so I could have a bit of room because they're feeling quite painful. And when I did them back up and walked up the slope to put my skis back on, my left calf was like searing pain. It was so painful. Like when I touched the front of the boot, it was painful. We were on a chairlift and literally just like going over the little bumps in the cable car was painful. Basically any movement or weight on my leg was really, really painful. I was sitting next to my dad on this first lift on the way up and I was like, Dad, my leg really hurts. Like it's pain, it's active pain. And he said, oh, do you want to go back into town? And I was like, no, because I'm enjoying myself this morning. So I decided to just ignore it and not really let on how painful it was. And we ended up getting another lift up a mountain and then another lift. We're at the top of this mountain, which will take a good hour to ski down into the town, which is still a whole town over from where our chalet is. But for some reason, I just wanted to be a trooper and just decided to ignore it. So I was putting no weight on my left leg at all and trying to do all of the maneuvers with my right leg, which obviously put a lot of pressure on that. But even going over the slightest bumps just killed my left leg. All the time I was skiing this problem, I was crying my eyes out. It was so painful, I couldn't do anything but sob. But I didn't really want to tell anybody that I was having such a terrible time because I still needed to get down the mountain and I didn't want to wreck anybody else's time. Eventually I did because the plan was to go up another lift before we ski back down to town for lunch. And I was like, look guys, I cannot express how much pain I'm in. I'm just going to go straight down. And somebody said, you sure it's not your sock folded over in your boot because that can cause a lot of pain? And I was like, it feels way more significant than that. And then I was like, oh, but I did undo my boots and do them back up. Maybe it is something like that. My dad was like, wait till we get to the bottom. I was like, I am in searing pain. I am doing this on the side of the slope. I undid the boots and it turned out that the kind of right plastic side was tucked underneath the tongue of my inner boot, which meant that any pressure on it was forcing this like strip of plastic straight into my shin. And I fixed it and it was still really painful, but it wasn't like that active pain I had before. And after like 10 more minutes, it went back to just being the dull ache that it had been for the past 2 days. The memory of that pain is completely horrific, but for the whole of the afternoon, I was like on top of the world because it was so much better than that experience then. Some of the slopes were still a bit rough, but for the most part, it just reminded me of how much I love skiing, that exhilaration of going quickly, the control you can get, that exertion on your body, which is something I like rarely appreciate. I think that's why I love skiing so much. It is an insane adrenaline rush, the kind of sport that you get to the end of the day and think, I have earned my supper. I hope you've enjoyed this video of me just talking about my skiing day. Tomorrow I'm going to take my GoPro and hopefully get some good shots of me skiing. And also I'm going to bring back the theme. I think these videos work a bit better when there's something I'm talking about rather than just what's happening. Let me know your thoughts and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.